easy as 1, 2, 3.
Just let your soul glow. Just let it shine through. Just let your soul glow, baby. Feeling oh so silky smooth. Just let it shine through. Just let your soul glow.
So, having now this was having worked with R. Kelly then,
Yes.
and he was on the road to becoming huge.
Yes.
And now, unfortunately, his demise. I'm going to say demise because
Yeah.
he's under the jail right now.
Sure.
So, how was your relationship with him at that time? Did he seem weird? Did he like, your little niece and stuff like that? What's going on?
You know what's crazy? So again, met him at Daddy's house. He had been listening to all the Puff stuff, and he asked him, "Yo, who's that girl you got writing all your stuff over there? Can you get her for me?" So it was Puffy that called me. They were working on something. He said, "Hey, R. Kelly's in town and he's looking for you. You want to come through the session tonight?" I said, "Sure." So that's how we got started.
Right.
And he started flying me out to Chicago to write. Oddly enough, even though he's older than I am by a few years, I took on a very older sister role with him. I was the one in the room if, I felt like he was a little whatever. It's weird. If he was, a little, I'd be like, come on, we got work to do. But our relationship stayed very professional. He never brought anything around me. And people don't believe it, but he never ever brought anything around me. He never acted weird. He never tried to make a path. We very much so had a brother, like to the degree where we're working, it's 3:00 in the morning, he'll send somebody out for White Castle, eat 5 White Castle burgers, and then lock the door and pass gas. So I can't, it was like that. It was very much so like that. So I wasn't exposed to any of the things that a lot of people say. Now, obviously, I heard rumors. I heard about different things.
Did you?
So I kept,
at that time?
I mean, I think we all heard rumors. We all heard rumors.
What were some of the rumors you heard?
Well, the rumors were that he liked underage girls. He never had any underage girls around me. But I knew his wife.
Yeah.
I knew the kids. I had spent time in the house with his wife and kids, all the way down to the last baby. When Drea had the last baby, and she wasn't feeling well and she was tired, I went to Chicago, went to the house, played with the kids, cooked for the kids. She was in the bed. So that really was who I was to that family. So I was not exposed to a lot of the other shenanigans. And I think that there was a part of him that understood that if I did see any of that I wouldn't be like somebody else and turn my head the other way.
How do you feel about him being convicted on these 9 counts now?
I think where there's smoke, there's fire. And I would say this, for as far back as the allegations go, and to know that there was a trial that he was acquitted in many, many years ago, if that was the behavior that he was partaking in and he continued to do it, when I go back to how I was raised, we were always taught that a warning comes before destruction. So
what sickens me is, he didn't do it by himself.
And that's the other thing I'm going to say.
understand?
So in this business, and nobody really wants to talk about it, in this business, that's not odd. That's actually the culture. It's the culture. And now that I have seen that culture. I've seen mothers bring their daughters backstage.
Well,
and that's the thing that nobody wants to talk about.
That's the dirty part of it.
Yeah.
Is that every victim had a parent who was anxious to help them get into the
lifestyle,
business.
get into the business, make some money. And it's unfortunate that young girls, they say that girls are so unprotected. Young women of color are extremely unprotected.
Extremely.
And in a lot of instances, I've seen, and I won't even say with him, I've toured with some of everybody. I've seen the mothers come to the shows in twin outfits with their underage children and trying to get backstage. So I think that if we're going to ever really hit that, then you got to go after everybody.
That's right.
You have to go after everybody. You have to go after, You have to go after the people who have helped them.
Sure.
Don't cut a deal with them and tell them if you give me him,
That you'll be okay.
that you'll be okay. Because I'll say this.
Because they're as guilty as he is.
They're as guilty as he
if
is.
they booked the ticket, if they flew him out, if they picked him up at the
and
airport,
trust me,
if
they
took
did,
him to the
because he
house.
wasn't getting on the phone, calling the airline, booking a ticket.
That's
He wasn't,
right.
you know what I'm saying? So there were a lot of people. I remember watching Michael Jackson's trial and seeing the cook who says that she would get up in the middle of the night to bake cookies from scratch so that she could bring them to the children in the bed with Michael Jackson, and they would be having picnics in the bed. Now, she's testifying. You didn't think that was weird? The first thing I said to myself is, why was she not?
But I just, Michael Jackson fan over here.
I am too.
And I just do not, when other people like come to I'm a girl, so I don't know. Because I was going to say, other people come to my house or they can leave their kids in my house. We might be all in the bed.
Right.
We might be eating popcorn, watching movies.
Right.
But then again, I'm a girl too.
But this is the thing. If you know that there have been whisperings about that, or if I just feel like nobody can there's not any person that can do something so elaborate and so well orchestrated for so many years and not have a team that's assisting in it. And I'm going to take it a step further and say that, well, hell, I ain't signed to a major label. The people at Jive knew what the hell was going on.
I never heard of Lunel until I got on YouTube. I saw around and whatnot. And, mostly during the time of the Cosby trial, where she was asked a bunch of questions, initially making it seem like she supported Cosby's innocence and then otherwise and shit. And, she hasn't strayed from that. She's apparently a comedian of some sort I've never, ever fucking heard of, despite her being in the business for many, many years. I've never heard of this woman. And when I look at her, I just see a big fat black mammy. She's a garish stereotype. She's a stereotype of a mammy. Other mammies should be upset that she's a mammy, And lately she's been doing a gig. She's been doing footwork for white supremacy in these Vlad TV interviews, with things that he knows interviews that he knows he might get dragged for. He rolls out the mammy and shit. So recently she was talking to Kelly Price about many things, chief among them, including, the seedy side of the music industry, and chief primarily R. Kelly and his downfall, So Kelly Price detailed that she had a very good working relationship with R. Kelly and then proceeded to, throw him further under the bus. He's already under the jail and shit, in a one-man RICO charge, by the way. That's totally illegal, right? A RICO charge is supposed to apply to a bunch of individuals. But Kelly Price missed that fact and shit. She also mentioned that she was so close with the Kelly family initially that when R. Kelly's wife was sick after giving birth to their last child, I suppose, that she went over and cooked and all this shit. And then later on in the interview, she's talking about how people in the music industry knew what R. Kelly was doing. Chief amongst them was his label, that knew he was doing this and covering for him. I have no doubt of that. But I'm just saying that she doesn't have that smoke for Drea Kelly, who was R. Kelly's wife, right up under him, while he's doing all this shit. That bitch never picked up a phone to call no cops. She didn't give a fuck. She had kids with this motherfucker. She had no motherly instinct whatsoever. And she never picked up a phone to call any authorities or call their parents up or nothing. Nothing ever happened until it was time for R. Kelly to lose his shine. Until it's time for them to strip him bare and leave him naked in the streets. A naked emperor, pretty much, because he ruled the music industry. He was innovative music and videos and shit. Take things to the next fucking level. But, supposedly he's a pedo. Whatever. I want to say to Kelly Price that you were a part of that same music industry and shit. You yourself said you were introduced to R. Kelly through Puff Daddy and shit, who was alleged to have done many crazy things himself. Chief amongst them was making a male singer, who shall go unnamed at this time of this recording, suck his dick for a contract extension. Yeah, he supposedly allegedly, because I ain't Tasha K, he allegedly made a man suck his penis for dough for a contract extension and shit, and some other crazy shit. I don't know. Whenever I used to look at Puff Daddy, I always saw him as a fucking lightweight when you compare it to somebody like Suge Knight and shit. You had never heard him making no dude suck his dick and shit. And Kelly Price, I want to tell you, you don't fuck around, okay? You're a gospel singer and all this shit, okay? But you was in that industry, sang with Mariah Carey, you performed a number of albums with big stars and shit. You don't get in the music industry for free, okay? You don't get in based solely on your talent and shit. You had to do something that was the price of admission to get into that rarefied air and shit. You stop lying, you fat piece of shit. You stop fucking lying, okay, fatty? Stop fucking lying. Oh, congratulations on beating your COVID infection and shit, okay? I wouldn't wish that on nobody, okay? And I'm sorry about your family members trying to steal money, but that's the way the game goes and shit. You know, that's the reality of humanity and shit these days in the end days of this goddamn supposed country. Alright? I'm glad you survived. I'm glad you didn't pass away, you fat piece of shit. Alright? But you better stop lying and shit, because they say, you know, all the secrets bubble to the top. Your secret's gonna bubble to the top too. Nobody cares about Lunel because nobody don't give a fuck about her. She look like some kind of old butch, you know, some old mammy. She like the dirty chick that co-signed nasty shit in the neighborhood. You know, you go hook up with that nasty whore and her mom or aunt, you know, she takes you over there and you see somebody that looks like Lunel and shit and they're like, oh, hey, she's dirty in there and I ain't got no condoms. She look like that kind of bitch. She look like she co-signing shit. And, you know, I'm not fucking talking about Linnell's pathetic ass because she does not matter. She's just trying to get her shine on. I never seen her in no fucking movies. I never seen her in shit. I done seen her. I'm Generation X. I ain't never seen this bitch until I was on YouTube. I ain't never seen her perform, no do nothing. I ain't never heard her mention on TV till nothing. Until all this Me Too shit started and shit. Now I start seeing this fat bitch sitting up and I spent 1 or 2, if even that, minutes looking at anything she had to say. But I got hip to this because I was looking at another fucking video and it hit me to the fact that you was out here on the Goon train and shit, okay, Kelly? It's out here on the Goon train and shit. I ain't caping for R. Kelly's proclivities. I'm caping for that supposed law. The supposed law of this supposed country that don't apply to especially straight black men. It don't apply to us and shit. Because as do as I say, not as I fucking do. And you know that, fatty. Okay, you know, fat ass. Alright? You want to sit up and talk about what R. Kelly did? What did you do? Why don't you tell us who you bent over for? Or who you got on your fucking knees for? Because your fat ass don't got the look, man, to be rolling up in the business based on talent alone. You know it's not on talent alone. You got handlers, you got image consultants, all that bullshit. They groom you. They groom you to be TV ready, video ready, television interview ready. Okay, you're a big fat no neck chick. Okay, your name ain't Oprah. Okay, so you ain't getting in on shit. All right, nobody gives a fuck about Lunel. She does not matter. She is a garish, nasty looking, butch, coon mammy. Okay, and you make me sick, Kelly. You ought to be ashamed of yourself. Have some fucking respect. Because the motherfucker took you on this wing, allowed you to be in this circle and shit and get you close, get you there. Okay, get you there. Who the fuck would you have been without Puff Daddy and R. Kelly, all these men that put you on and shit? Now you want to sit up on your supposed feminism and talk shit. Huh? Where would you be without all these fucking men around you that helped your ass, okay? Now you want to sit up and throw R. Kelly under the bus, but you up in this inner circle, and you say you heard shit, but you're in his inner circle. You didn't hear enough for your fucking ass to open the door, walk the fuck out, and not come back and shit. Just go back over there with Puff Daddy and watch him make a dude suck his penis, allegedly. Alright? So, miss me with that bullshit. Cry me a river, fat ass, next time you get COVID.